movie was fucking sweet! You bet your fucking ass it was!
You know what I don't get? The R rating. As a British person, it's odd and kind of funny. Here are the age ratings in England. We have U, suitable for all ages, PG, for parental guidance, 12 for ages 12 and over, 12A exclusively for cinemas, which means anyone under the age of 12 must be accompanied by an adult, 15 for ages 15 and over, 18 for ages 18 and over, and then there's R18, which is exclusively for porn. In the US, the ratings go like this: G, suitable for all ages, PG for parental guidance, PG-13 where content may not be suitable for ages under 13, but it's still parental guided, R meaning anyone under the age of 17 must be accompanied by an adult, NC-17 meaning not suitable for ages 17 and under, and the X rating, which is usually associated with porn nowadays. I'm going to be talking about the R rating and what that specifically means. On the motionpictures.org website, a small description for the R rating specifically says this: parents are urged to learn more about the film before taking their young children with them. Also, on Geeky Tyrant, a rant by Joey Parr specifically says, if accompanied by a parent or guardian, a child of any age is permitted into the theatre. So you see, there's no minimum age limit. Even Canada's 18A, like the US R rating, at least has a minimum age of 14, exclusively to 2 regions of Canada. But that's the problem. It's only 2 regions of Canada that apply that rule. So what R-rated movies can any small child watch with their parents? The Passion of the Christ? Zack and Miri make a porno? Even Blue Velvet?
Oh, Mommy! Mommy! Baby wants to fuck!
Are you serious? Mate, there's a baby in here!
Shut up! You fucker!
That baby will need many years of therapy. But why are there so many R-rated films? Why don't I hear about all those intense, graphic NC-17 rated films? Well, there's a reason for that. Most films actually avoid this rating because apparently it limits the amount of advertisement and screenings for a film. There's plenty of people who have actually criticised the NC-17 rating, not only due to the absurd consequences for obtaining the rating, but also for the reasoning behind it, because there have been plenty of reasons that aren't as graphic as you might think. Here are 3 films that were caught by this issue. Sausage Party was originally rated NC-17 due to the fact that Lavish's ballsack originally had pubic hair. Apparently that was the only reason, nothing else. The pubes were removed and it got its R rating. Team America World Police's sex scene was longer in the uncut version. Originally the 2 puppets also peed and pooed on each other. Apparently there was also concern on the scene where Hans Blix gets eaten by sharks, but the rest of the violence was completely fine. The Wild Bunch, while originally rated R, was rated NC-17 on a 1993 re-release. Why? Hell if I know. It was successfully appealed. And then there are some reasons that are completely understandable. Last Tango in Paris had some lengthy anal rape. So now you know, getting the NC-17 rating is tough. That's why many potentially graphic films are re-edited to obtain the R rating. But again, there's no minimum age restriction. Now I know what you're thinking. While it is possible for a child to watch an R-rated film, certainly the parents know better than to let their child watch a violent, bloody, foul-mouthed and sexual R-rated film, right? Think again. That same article by Joey shares 2 instances of children watching R-rated films in cinemas. He recounts, I remember going to one of the Saw movies and seeing a couple bring their kids into the theatre. The kids looked to be around 3 and 5 years old. These kids were freaking out, but the parents just sat there and watched the movie, paying no mind to their kids. Just like to say that, to my knowledge, all of the Saw films except for Jigsaw had to be re-edited to avoid NC-17. One of the more recent films I saw this at was The Wolf of Wall Street, which was borderline NC-17. Again, this too was edited. Our whole family of 5 walked in, with kids ranging from around ages 2 to 10. I mean, come on! Of course, parents can raise their children however they want because, you know, freedom. But I just think there should be some sort of minimum age requirement here, like a proper law enforced one. Of course, a child may look at Jim prematurely ejaculating in American Pie and not know what premature ejaculation is, but that doesn't make it okay, in my opinion. Canada's 18A with the minimum age requirement, I'll accept. Because realistically, by age 14, a lot of people would have watched or played any form of 18 rated media behind their parents' back. Pretty sure I was about 10 or 11 when I first watched Total Recall. Of course I don't encourage it, I was simply being a rebel sneaking downstairs early in the morning. I certainly won't allow a 10 or 11-year-old to accompany me to an R-rated film, even if it is legal in the US. I don't think there are any consequences for obtaining the 18 rating in the UK. From my memory, Rambo, 4, My Bloody Valentine 3D, The Wolf of Wall Street, the 50 Shades films, and Rambo Last Blood were all 18 rated films that were advertised and distributed roughly the same as any other film. But what is it like in Quebec? Because even though Quebec is in Canada, their age ratings are a bit different. You see, over there, parental guidance ends at 13+, while 16+ is not parental guided. See, that's how it should be, but then again, I'm probably being biased because their 16+ is pretty much similar to the UK's 15 rating. The R rating could have easily been called PG-17 because compared to PG-13, it pretty much works similarly, but of course, PG-17 sounds a little bit too wrong, don't you think? And the irony is, the R obviously stands for restricted, but considering how easy it is for children to watch these R-rated films, are R-rated films really that restricted? I mean, the R in the British R18 stands for restricted, and again, that's for porn. Look, I could go on forever here, but I'm pretty sure I've made the point clear. The R rating. Parental guidance that's too damn high. As a British person, I just think there should be some sort of minimum age requirement here. 14 I can live with. Also, lay off the punishments for those NC-17 rated films. I sure as hell don't think they should be advertised or screened less. I'm pretty sure that's all I have to say really. And with that being said, I'm out of... What now? What is this? Oh, mainland China's age rating system. What do we got here? For all ages to just bands? Okay, no, I'm done. I'm out of here.